Good evening, Spiritual Collective. So tonight, when I asked what the Spiritual Collective, what we needed to hear, what the message was coming through, I received some insight, and I had been getting ideas about things coming to me throughout the week, kind of clarifying this as well. It starts with, of course, our not favorite topic of manipulation, abuse, and harassment. Okay, that was the first subject I pulled, and it was something that was coming up in my mental sphere, in my surroundings, and something that needed to be brought more to light. Speaking of being brought to light, Bright as the Sun came up as well, and Owl Spirit. So I feel like there's definitely going to be some exposure, at least to you. It's already been exposed. But somehow you're going to have more clarity, more insight on this. You're going to see through it more. You're going to just... And death and transformation came up as well. So I do believe that this is going to... It's already transformed you. It's already transformed us into a totally different person. The things that we've gone through, the abuses and neglect and the manipulation and harassment that we've received has changed us and has actually allowed a lot of us to push past and grow past that. Again, looking at bright as the sun as a type of glow up as well. Something you're shining bright even after the darkness and the chaos of going through this type of bullying and ill treatment. And then friends and peer groups came up as well. And again, this is to take a look at the people you hang around with, your peer group, your so-called friends. Are they your friends? Is this peer group one of circumstance? Can it be curtailed a bit? Could it be, because are there some connections that can be let go of? Which also brought me to Arachne. Arachne came up. And so attachments, cords, you letting go of cords and creating cords with different people, with different, more healthy groups if you can. If not, just sever the ones that don't serve you. Also, another aspect of the web weaving of others in a negative sense as well. So with their friends and peer groups, ensnaring you in a web of lies, deceit, rumors. So there's two webs here. There's the unhealthy web that wants to trap you and siphon your energy, and then there's the one that you create, which benefits you, that you need to maintain. And again, if any parts of this web need to be changed, do so. And then I got adornment. Adornment, it plays a role in this. The way you look, the way you adorn yourself. I feel like some people might get hate for the way that they portray themselves, for their self-expression, even though people like to talk a lot of game about, oh yeah, it's great to express yourself, you should express yourself, we accept all like expressions and stuff. That's not always the case. And I can only speak for my experience, being, a woman and whatnot, and even just wearing makeup can get you negative attention. So if you break any other norms, whether they be fashion or gender norms, I can imagine that the hate is there and can also play a part of your harassment. There could also be jealousy of what you wear. Maybe people feel that they are lacking in some way. And also too, just adornment in general can be looked down upon in certain communities or in society at large. So these are the topics that we're looking at when we are further delving deep into this reading, what we need to really look for. So Again, all week I had a feeling that this would be an interesting topic, and I was also getting it kept coming up, and again, the first subject card I pulled was manipulation, abuse, and harassment. But also this phenomenon of like intimidation, body language. And if you have had that, received that, feel free to, you know, comment about it or not. Whatever. It's whatever. But where you will be minding your own business, keeping to yourself, walking by or standing on a crosswalk or something, and someone, usually, from my experience, usually a guy, will start like doing aggressive body language, aggressive stancing, maybe even fighting the air. Yes, I've had this happen multiple times where people beat up the air when they're around me. You know, like fake fight, nobody, punching like nearby objects in your vicinity, are coming off as kind of just aggressive in general, body language and looks and whatnot. I'm assuming that's trying to be intimidating. These are perfect strangers. Like, I don't know these people from nobody, and yet they need to come off as intimidating for some reason. This is interesting. Is this a phenomenon you experience? Definitely do. Of course, I live in kind of a urban environment, so that might also play a role in this, unfortunately. Okay. Huh. Okay. I got Queen of Cups here. She's cooking something. The Queen of Cups. Pouring a liquid, possibly milk. It looks like eggs are here. Or some kind of white, either liquid or flour, or something white being poured in. She looks wealthy. She has long nails. Interesting for being in the kitchen environment. I don't know if that's her job or if she's just cooking. Not, you know, here's the image. But yeah, so cooking something. Queen of Cups. Okay. Some kind of measurement going on. Ooh. The 4 of discs and the 9 of discs. This is the 4 of discs. Very interesting image. Lighting a candle with what is that called? Was it the hand of glory? Was it the thief hand? You make a candle of it. It looks like she's doing some magic here. And the 9 of discs. Again, there is a spirit here as well. And the 9 of discs, usually 9 of discs. So there's a necklace being presented. It has to do with the spirit, with this connection of this necklace, this talisman. Again, some magic is going on, and it's definitely being tempered in some way. Interesting. The 5 of discs. Okay. Okay, they're throwing things at him. He has a book of knowledge, of spells that he's using to conjure up whatever, the spirit, I believe. But there are people in the back who are throwing rocks, big, large boulder rocks at him as he hunches over and runs away. So again, there's that bullying aspect. So I feel that there is something here about, obviously, the whole reading is centered around the topic of manipulation and bullying. It's this same magician guy here in the 9 of discs who is... There's some magic going on. Okay, so again, maybe this bullying has to do with some kind of... with your religion, with your spiritual beliefs. You may follow an unorthodox or non-mainstream spiritual practice. and it is, for some reason, people feel they can bully you for this. They're trying to bully you, but also intimidate you to stop you. They're actually using force, again, with the movements and the intimidation, to try to stop you, to try to run you off. That is very interesting. This is an interesting story going here, and it's very, hold on one second. 1 second. Where is this? Okay. Sorry. What's interesting me too is this Queen of Cups and this Hand of Glory. The lengths that people will go through sometimes to do what they're doing. Chaos, to spread chaos and confusion. The Ten of Pentacles. Okay, there's Ten of Pentacles here. To throw chaos in your world, to siphon your wealth. Again, this is a coordinated effort. It's strategic, it's planned, it's guilt and truth. We have a mirror, and then we have sacrifice. The Hanged Man. Okay, chaos. So someone's stirring up chaos, trying to affect your wealth and your stability. Here's a mirror. You may act as a mirror to these people. You may expose them for the guilty things they do. You may not even say anything, but your actions alone or your non-actions can put them in a place of having to reevaluate themselves and their actions and exposing their guilt. Something is exposing their ways to them that they do not like. And this can be one reason why people are reacting the way they are. Oh, yeah, we had this in a recent reading, the Seven of Books. This came out. Someone is definitely trying to steal some information, get some information in sneaky ways, to use this in some kind of ill way. Corruption. Definitely some corruption going on. And some puppeting, some kind of, the spirit of corruption here also, again, manipulation, but also it feels like a type of possession in a way, a type of thing that takes over, and kind of these people act from this place, this thing that's controlling them, whether it be a piece of their psyche or their subconscious that's not healed. Something, again, is working through these people. And again, with the network, it's also corrupted in that way, sadly. It's very interesting. So you're protecting yourself. You've got spiritual connections that are helping you when you're able to connect, when you do the magic and connect, and you try to make, make these connections. When you communicate, there's definitely help on the other side for you. There's a spiritual support team there for you. I'm sorry if it's kind of, things are kind of coming out a little shaky in this reading. I feel like a lot of the times when I talk about this in any like in-depth way. Things get weird in the communication land, right? Yep, Nine of Beakers. The key, opening up. Yeah, you're seeing something. Something is being exposed. Something is being seen. Another Nine of Pentacles here. 2 Nine of Pentacles card. There's a lot of growth here for you. And other people are seeing and witnessing your growth from afar. They're wondering why you keep growing despite everything that they throw at you. Sometimes even literally with this card. How are you still maintaining? How are you still pushing through and glowing up as bright as the sun? And that bright green glow, because these cards came out together, is exposing this Nine of Pentacles with this beautiful growth and this beautiful green, you know, wealthy, prosperous, creative glow up, right? Okay, that one wants to come out too. Okay. Ooh, okay. The real story. Okay, here we go. We got to spill the tea. The real story, the true story will come to light. Okay, here we go with this exposure and things coming to light. As bright as the sun, something is being exposed. Something will be, there's a death and transformation of exposure that's coming to this situation. The true story will come to light. Then we got trust the process. Trust the process of relationships. Don't rush for answers. You need to trust your process, but you also need to be aware about trusting others. Now, I know this says trust, but that's an issue that's coming up. You need to evaluate some of the trust that you put in people you don't really even know, but you also do need to trust the process and what your inner knowledge is telling you. And trust that this will be exposed, brought to light, and transformed in some way. Protective shell. Someone is keeping their true emotions hidden for self-protection. You need to have this self-protection up. You always need to have your spiritual protection up. It's very important. But also, too, someone may be hiding their true intent in a shell. There's 2 snails here, too. So there's them and there's you with the shell. But you definitely need to make sure that you have your barriers up when needed, okay? Because ulterior motives. Someone may be getting close to you with hidden intentions. You know, I know this happens to me. When people start talking to me, they find me out of nowhere. And I'm assuming, like, yeah, I'm sure that if I say anything, you know, they're probably going to twist it up, and they probably do. But again, these people have a short shelf life from what I've experienced. These people come and go pretty fast because I don't get close. The closest they get to me is at work, where that's all it goes to, because that's what that environment is. I don't meet outside of work. I don't do that sort of thing because I really have felt that that's not a good idea for me. And from what I've seen, I'm glad I haven't. Partial truths. Again, right? Yeah. Only sharing parts of the truth to benefit oneself. So really just making sure that you or them or whoever involved, that they, you know, partial truths, partial lies, partial embellishments, you know, truth about one thing but not the other, to make them look good, you look bad, that sort of thing. Bad influence. Someone is having a negative influence on your life. Yeah, and don't let it go any further. Again, if this is like a real situation where you have more ties to them than you would like let's say you actually do engage with them outside of whatever let's say that you're more close than you would like to be to these people, and they have a bad influence on your life, or they may have, or maybe they just have bad influence with whatever influence they do have in your life. Try to cut as much as you can out. Try to keep a distance if you have to. You're just, and if you are hanging out with these people, and they're dragging you down, and you can like say, hey, I can't go out these nights, or I have something going on, even if you had to make something up just to get you out of that situation at first and then distance yourself that way, that's probably a good way to do it. They may not like it, but I think it just looks bad. It looks like they're just dragging your name under. They're just doing what they can to make you look bad for their personal gain, whatever personal gain that is. Because, like, why? Just to look good, or to make you look bad, to push them up in the social hierarchy? Maybe even it's that small. It's just weird. Push and pull. The push and pull in the relationship causes emotional instability. Okay, this is showing hot and cold, fire and water, opposites. Again, with this interesting little opposite here, the white and the black, and the so there's something there that's not quite. It's like back and forth. I'm getting this back and forth, back and forth. Oh yeah. Oh, maybe it's like they come to you. Oh, da 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 da, and then they go to their friends. Oh, did you know? Blah blah blah. And then they come to you. Oh, da 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 da. And then they go to their, maybe something like that. The rumors. This is such petty behavior. But then it's causing like actual, like, I don't really get why there's this hostility, this really deep hostility under it all. It's even like just toxic, like supremely toxic, really toxic. Spill the beans. Someone is about to reveal everything, no holds barred. So maybe someone will finally come out and say something, or something's being held back and eventually it'll come out. Again, there's that exposure that's going to happen. Eventually something's going to be exposed. So we'll see. Keep your ears and your eyes out for that. Should be interesting. Okay. Let's really kind of go and dive deep into this this deep, like aggressive thing. Red lipstick stains and envy. Okay, there's some envy here. We've gotten these cards before. There's envy about beauty, maybe some sexual tension here. Definitely someone's upset. They're envious or jealous. Red lips. There's probably also some rumors about you getting around. Saying that you're overly sexual and stuff that you'll do that you don't, and then other people are running with that, keeping you a secret, or just keeping a secret in general. They may want to keep you a secret, like they may want an affair with you, something of that nature. But there's definitely some secrets being kept, obviously. There's secrets and rumors and jealousy, envy. It's definitely like, bugaboo. Nice cleanness. Okay, some kind of, yeah, emotional intelligence. Like, I feel there's a lack of emotional intelligence going on. And maybe you might have emotional intelligence, but I don't know. Like, there's this, like, control. Someone wants to be controlling. Someone wants to have a relationship, maybe with you. Or they're upset about a relationship. There's something about that keeps coming through. This sexualized, like, something sexual, something of that nature coming through about... Okay, alright. So maybe it's like these sexual tensions as well that's really driving this, like... Unexplained body welts, bruises, and scratches. So watch out for this. This has come up before. Any kind of bruising and unexplained things that you find on yourself may be connected to some possible workings that someone has done to try to send negativity and violence your way because of some extreme emotions that these people are having. Return to sender, it backfired on them. If you did a return to sender spell, or maybe you should, definitely look into doing a return to sender spell if something's really going hard after you and you do a return to sender spell, it gets all the energy that's being thrown at you and sends it back. It's backfiring on them, the things that they've thrown at you. Rootwork, seek someone to help you with a protection spell. Again, you need to do protection. Again, with that protective shell, with the snail card, yes, you do need to have that shell. Also, people probably trying to do work on you as well. Again, this seems very extra to me. I don't know who has all this time on their hands. They're mad because you paid no mind to them. Okay. Again, like, I don't know what it is about just keeping to yourself and minding your own business that upsets people so much. Again, you're doing your own thing. You know, you're at work, you keep to yourself at lunch, you're reading or something. It really bothers people. Like, I can't tell you how many times, at least, I think it's been at least 2, maybe 3 times, different people have made fun of me for reading. And I'm like, I just don't say anything. I'm like, okay, like, and you are, maybe they don't know how to read. I don't know why they're so butthurt about it. Energy vampire, excessively demanding your attention and emotional support. Yes, they keep coming up to you, trying to talk, or just trying to drain your energy by weird, aggressive behavior, that intimidation behavior, that odd behavior that gets you to look and wonder about what's going on, creating a psychic cord between you and the other person and allowing them to drain emotional energy from you. Take a spiritual bath. So along with the spiritual spells that you should be doing to protect yourself and return to sender, also take a spiritual bath to cleanse it from you. Do this with oils or whatnot. If you don't have access to a bath, like a tub to soak in, you can do this with a shower. So, you know, it's rough if you don't have a tub. They also do have portable tubs that you can buy. So if you just need it for like a quick, you can do that. A little portable tub and then take the bath and do it that way. That can be a workaround not having to, but you can do it with showers too. You can do like little magical washes and stuff and use the shower to... Actually, sometimes it is good to do both, right? Especially one after the other, that would be really good. Running water is really good to get things moving. Unintentional. They don't realize they are sending you the evil eye words and actions. Some of them don't realize that they're doing it. Some of them do. Some of them do, and it's coordinated. Some of them don't. And some of them, it's just their own inner demons acting through them, like something is triggering them and making them act out in weird ways because they haven't done the healing on themselves. Again, there's this idea of this possible possession of some unhealed trauma that's working through them. Hating on your creativeness and ideas. Again, with the self-expression, or if you've ever shared any of your ideas, or if they know you do things, but you're not doing it for them. Like, oh, you make jewelry, or I literally had people be like, oh, when are you going to make me some jewelry? And we're not even close like that. They didn't even offer to buy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just some real, like, weird, entitled, like, stuff coming from left field. And then you don't give them everything, and they get upset because they want all your energy, your time, and your creations. They'll claim, I did it first, knowing damn well they got inspired by you. Oh, okay, hating on your creative ideas and then taking it and doing it and saying they did it first even though they were inspired by you. And this could be some aspect of this, stealing information, trying to get ideas from you to use for their own, because for some reason they don't have their own creative ideas. That's weird. Like, everyone's creative in their own way, so why they have to take from you is sad. Okay. Yeah, it's very sad. They need to take from you because they can't do their own thing. It's very sad. What else are we dealing with here? Palo Santo. Okay. Smooth, spicy aroma clears out negative energies and instills calm and relaxing. Okay, so get your Palo Santo out. Don't have that, like some kind of sage or something that works like Palo Santo in the clearing of things. This one says specifically Palo Santo, so if you can get your hands on that, that would be a good idea. If not, definitely just something close to that to really burn those, smoke those energies out. Okay. Tap into your intuition. You already know who this person is. Like, you already know who these people are. Like, you have a really good idea of who these people are. Like, some people that you've experienced with them are, like, strangers and stuff. Like, if you experience that, then you know what I'm talking about. But if it's also, too, you have the ones that you know about. You know who it is. You know the kind of person, like, you already know, like, you see them talking about so-and-so. You see them chatting away like they're best friends, and then they're coming to you, telling you about them, and, oh, this so-and-so, and they say that, and then you know they're doing it about you, too. And then they wonder why their life is so sucky, and why they're depressed all the time. It's like, work on yourself. Like, don't come to me. Copycat. Trying to be just like you in everything you do. So again, these taking of ideas and trying to claim it as their own, or just doing that old copycat thing, just like doing it in a real way that's like kind of like taking ideas, but also in a way that's like annoying, like a little kid, like walking behind you doing the same thing, like, you know, just kind of that annoying little, just to be annoying as well. Again, there's aspects of some people's harassment that is very childish and very just like trying to annoy you and get in your energy field by annoying you. Their social media posts means are directed at you, and then hating on your spiritual and psychic gifts. Okay, so they could be directing hate through social media posts or the posts or whatever that they're leaving could be, but also too, they're hating on your psychic gifts. And that's one of the reasons why they're so upset. Like, when they're throwing rocks at this person is because they're hating on the spiritual knowledge that he knows and that he's going to act out within this book too as well, helping him. Yeah. They don't like the fact that you're spiritual. I mean, people who are spiritual, like truly spiritual, not like fake religious, fake spiritual people, but truly religious, like not really religious, but truly spiritual people, yeah, that aren't following a dogmatic path, that actually are spiritual and following their own, like, yeah, it's, I'm getting black obsidian here. Use black obsidian, some kind of black stone. If you don't have black obsidian, you could try to get it. Or if you have a black stone, it's also protective, because most black stones are protective. Obsidian's really good, though, because it's like glass. It's sharp. It was used for cutting as well. Fake spiritualists. Again, I was talking about even some spiritual people aren't spiritual. Or people who claim to be religious, but they aren't, right? But fake spiritualist people trying to, like, you know, try to act like they know something that you're into. Oh yeah, you know, I know about that and all this stuff. Or they try to come off a certain way, but it's fake. Unexpected freak accident. They may be trying to put you in a situation where there may be some kind of freak accident because your mind is too busy focused on something else. Keep an eye out for that. Be careful. Haters are mad because they see you winning. Yeah. They don't like it when your candle is lit and you're shining bright. Yeah. They're upset about that. They want to see you fail. So the best thing you can do is win. Keep on that winning streak. Just keep going. They are turning others against you. Yeah, with their rumors, with things that they say, or they may come at you and probably try to bait you in a conversation, and then twist your words around. These people have nothing better to do. These people are horrible people. They're just bad people. Like, the world would just be better without these people. Like, I'm not saying, anything. Like, I'm not advocating for anything. I'm just saying it actually would be. Because, like, who are these people? They're just bad people. They're not good people. Again, we have the owl spirit. So I'm going to pull from this deck as well. See if we have any more clarity. But we have the owl spirit is coming through for this clarity and this exposure and this... Okay, big, bold vision. Yeah, big, bold vision. Your big, bold vision bugs them. And so when they see you having this big, bold vision, this creative insight, this spiritual insight, and I guess they feel they don't have that, and they feel intimidated by you, so they feel they have to intimidate you, or they feel uncomfortable instead of just like, I don't know, dealing with it, or just like walking away and going somewhere else. They gotta be jerks. I don't know. Restore and replenish. Get some rest. Replenish yourself. Find ways to replenish yourself when you feel you've been drained. Inner trust. Okay, so remember when we got this trust relationship, the process? So trust your process. But question trusting other people. But trust your process and your inner self. So this trust is more about yourself and your spirit team. That's who you trust in this situation, because that's what's going to move you forward. Ooh. The world wants to be written. We got major transformational vibes here. Something is definitely being transformed. You're being transformed, but also you're transforming the world. The way you see things. People want to get into your head because they want to change your world into something negative. They want to change your mind so that you see things negatively, so you start manifesting negative things into your life. This is really sad and really shows what kind of people they are. But you just need to remain who you are and focus on your big, bold vision and create the life that you're creating for yourself of beauty, light, and transformation. And that's what you're getting in the world that you see. I don't know what's going to become of these people. Power of attraction. Again, yeah, attracting what, again, you're thinking in your head, what you're seeing. So it's always best to, when you start getting these negative thoughts, or when you start seeing these things, people treating you negatively, to focus on something else. Focus on something more positive and transform it. Maybe take that... stuff that's, take the emotions that you feel when people do this. Here we go back to one of our first cards, the Queen of Cups. Take and make something of those emotions. Make something productive. You're making something out of what is being given to you, your emotions, and creating something beautiful, something nourishing to you. The Sacred Fool. It's okay to be playful, to be positive, to find the light side of life. And I am drawn to this puppet here. So again, someone also is thinking that, another aspect of this card is someone thinking that you're a fool and they can manipulate and use you as a puppet, that they can get into your head and be a little jokester and get in there and try to use you as a puppet, but that's not what's going to happen. New birth, guarded vigilancy. Yes, you need to, anything that you're nurturing, just guard it vigilantly. Don't tell other people about it. It's none of their friggin' business. This is your growth. This is your creative inspiration. This is yours, and they have no part in it, and they'll only ruin it. And really, these people are probably only going to be around for a small period in your life, so they don't really matter that much anyway. I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but if people are doing this, like, they don't matter. The veil, the future, yeah. They also feel like they can blindfold you, that they can keep you in the dark, or do something, this secretive behavior, but they don't know that you can see beyond the veil. You've gone beyond the veil. You do magic beyond the veil. This is going to come to light eventually. It's going to be transformative for you. It already is. You're already seeing that glow up. Okay, the owl. I knew. When the owl came forward again with the owl spirit that we originally got in the first topics of the video. Yeah. Clarity. Insight. Wise thing. Wise action. Be quiet, stealthy. You know, you are the owl. You're the one with the wisdom. You're the one with the foresight, the knowledge. Yeah. You have a high vantage point, like the way you see, how you see, you can see the situation, even though you may not, you get a general idea and you know how to respond. Okay, with this trick or treat, a mischief and play. Yeah, people are playing mischief. This is a negative aspect of the trick or treating idea of they want to like play around, wear masks, do little mischievous things to catch you off guard, or, you know, whatever. Forgiveness, reducing burden. Okay, now with forgiveness, I want to clarify. Again, you've heard you do it for yourself and not for them. Think of it that way, but don't let it go. Let's say forgiveness isn't. Let's just say letting go. Let the past things go. Don't forget them. Remember them, and make sure that they don't happen again. Take them into account, and build boundaries surrounding what happened. Like, build boundaries that address what has happened, and then let it go. Don't think about it. Don't let it play off in your head constantly. Don't do that. Don't give them any free time in your head. Acceptance and Lady Dia de los Muertos. Okay, so you've got acceptance and equality. Again, I'm drawn to appearance of the adornment issue of being made up, of being beautiful, being pretty, that some people don't like. Again, acceptance and equality. Again, with bullying, that's nothing about acceptance and equality. So that's why they're not, that's a negative aspect of that, is like they're not accepting, they're not, because they are jealous of what they perceive that they are lacking, or they find wrong in some way. Death. Okay, we had the death and transformation subject come up again. We have death. Death, transformation is coming to this issue. So some kind of change is coming. They may be leaving. They're leaving. They're going away. It's not going to be an issue for much longer. You may have others come in and do the same, but you've learned and you're growing and you know what to expect. So you don't fall for the same thing again. You're smarter than that. And you already know what the deal is. So you'll be better equipped to handle it when it comes around. Because eventually, because if you're dealing with this and you've been dealing with it for some time, it's going to come around again. It's going to play a role in your life again. Somehow. You're just going to be ready for it. And you're going to know how to deal with it. Resurrection, reprise, recovery, comeback. Okay, with this nurturing and coming back, recovery. Yeah, you're on the rise. You've gone through it. You recovered, and now you're back. And it's also kind of giving me like the whole restore and replenish as well in connection to this. So when you restore and replenish, on the other side of that is that you know, comeback and that rising up. Okay, eternal youth, energy, newness, and vitality. Yes, you'll be more, you'll find more vitality in your life. You'll feel like you're younger. You'll have a newness of energy. You'll have great ideas come to you, more creative ideas. You'll just feel more like doing things that you don't usually do, something new. You're going to want to do new things. Spreading of conditions, influence, impact with transmission. This is how that's spreading. The rumors and the gossip and the lies and the manipulation and the recruiting of other people to do these things. It's transmission. Spreading of conditions, influence, and impact. But also, too, with this negative stuff that's impacting your life and that they're spreading, also, you, too, have this power in a positive way. You also have an impact, and that's what they're attacking. They don't want you to have an impact because, for some reason, they got to be the biggest dog in the room. They got to be the strongest person. They got to have the most attention. That's what they want. They want attention. Redemption. Absolution, forgiveness, and penance. Okay. So you may have some people come and say they're sorry. You may not, though. I wouldn't hold my breath. But also, too, this is also forgiving yourself for past actions or past inactions. This is also, again, with that letting go. When we talked about the earlier, the forgiveness card. And this is more about you, not about them. Again, forgiveness. But this is like letting it go. It's gone. And they'll be gone too. Especially do some cord cutting. You know. Use some of the tools that we've talked about in this reading to really help you with your protection. Seduction. Again, allure, desire, manipulation. Yeah, there's definitely manipulation here. But again, there is this element of sexual desire. Some kind of sexual, sometimes, okay, to be honest, and I think it's everywhere you are at, but even more so, I'm assuming, in major cities because there's a lot more people and like the places you work are bigger, but just anywhere in general. I've noticed, especially as time gone by, like the workplace, even though there's trainings and there's like, hey, don't do this, don't do that, it's a cesspool. It's a cesspool for this kind of like inappropriate sexual kind of like intimidation, low key. It does happen. And again, like they try to be clever about it in different ways and do the gaslighting thing and clever manipulation, harassment and tactics around that because they don't want to get in trouble. And if you say anything, you look crazy. But low key, I feel like that's you know, and I'm sure it happens in a lot of workspaces, I would bet. And in other spaces too where there's people. So take that how it applies. But yeah, so that is really what we're looking at here. I mean, you're on the rise. Things are going to get exposed. You're going to have more clarity about it. And people are going to come and go. And things are going to continue. I would like to say that this kind of energy will go away, but the only thing you can do is focus on yourself and know what you're dealing with, to be honest. I mean, for some of us, it's been going on for years and years, and, you know, forbidden. Again, something they feel that you're doing is forbidden, and so they feel they can lob rocks at you, metaphorically, and try to intimidate you because you intimidate them, even if you're not even trying. You just being you having the knowledge, you having the wisdom, and having the courage to go, I'm sorry, but okay. Forbidden. Okay. The magic and the power as a spiritual person, if you walk the path, this path, or occultist witchcraft path, that's our God-given right. That is our source-given, universal-given right, however you want to say it. That's our right. We have every right to do that. That is who we are. We are a part of this source, God, universe, whatever, and that power lies within us. It is our right. It's like our grand mission to engage in that. So don't give me this forbidden bullshit, okay? That's our right, okay? Obedience. They want obedience to their established norm, but that's not what you're giving. Also, too, justice is coming your way. Karmic retribution. High Priestess of Water. Go out in water. Cleansing. Getting cleansing. Getting that spiritual bath or that spiritual shower. Go to a place, a body of water. Cleanse there. Let things go there. Surrender that energy there. Grounding it or sending it out of you. Transforming it into something else. But yeah, don't get me started. I'll do a video just on that. I will do a video on that. How that's our right. Fulfillment. You're going to reach fulfillment. No matter what happens, no matter if people continue doing what they're doing, people come and go, they'll be out of your lives, but you'll still have yourself. So focus on yourself. Don't focus on other people. Focus on yourself, on your fulfillment. You deserve it. You deserve it. You will be fulfilled. You will receive riches. You're going to receive this creative insight. It's going to be very transformative. You're on your rise up. People hate to see it, and so they attack you. Another way to look at it with all this, like if you're experiencing that, is sometimes with all this attacking, it's because you're doing so well. Because why would they, again, like people say, like why would they go after someone that wasn't considered a threat, even though you're not a threat, but they see you as that because they don't want someone being better than them or getting more attention to than them. It's really that sad. But that's why they attack you. And tough, because you're on the rise, you're doing well, you're going to transform into a new, better version of yourself, and for them, it's going to be painful. And, well, I guess that's what they get now, isn't it?